G'day traders, Sam here from TradetoProspa, looking at Ripple XRP. Why am I looking at this? Well, it started from a tweet where this guy, his profile is pretty much XRP, and many of these XRP people are fanatical against logic. Anyway, I had a look look at it, and sure enough, it's actually not looking bad. So XRP is going through the courts with SEC, and if things turn out well, this could be a big move. Now, we're just going to use Fibonacci, alleyway theory, and also Wyckoff structure. So when we look at this, and we can break it down, let's have a look at it from a few angles. Let me just group these. Interesting enough. And here is our, so that is our price. And actually, well, let me just get rid of these ones here. So from alleyway perspective, and I think Polynex does cover the bottom, and this, you can see this was a nice breakout trade. And guess what, guys? Yeah, I don't know if you heard from this in the past, but I bought Ripple here. I bought Ripple at 0.18 cents. So where is that 0.18 cents? Actually, it's around here. Okay, somewhere in here I bought it. So this is a weekly chart. So I bought Ripple at 0.18 cents. And let's see where that is. Oh, so I bought it on the way up. Seems to be back then. I'm just curious. So going off the rails, but yeah. So I bought it on the way up. Bugger. So I bought it around here, and like an idiot, I sold a lot of it here, not understanding the structure or anything. And look where it went up to within 6 months. It went up to all-time high. I was spewing, and at the time, I would have been retired if I kept holding it. I saw other coins go, and Ripple wasn't going, so I got rid of it for other coins. And look at that move. Anyway, that's reminiscing to missed opportunities. So what we had was an all-time high, came back down, and retested that area, which is a reaccumulation. However, you can see that, all right, this is a wave 5 from this perspective. So let's have a look at that. So we can say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that was the bull run, and back in 2017-18. And you can see what Ripple's been doing for a while. So this sideways motion, is it reaccumulation or distribution? I think it's doing wave 3 to 4, or it's done wave 3 to 4, and the bottom of that was 2020. So there's, and I'm thinking the next bull run, if we apply Fibonacci the way I'll probably put it out there, that's one way, swing high, swing low type of thing. That's the range where there's Fibonacci 1, and so on. So wave 5 is probably going to go big, from $5 to whatever. Is it possible? Yes, it is. As long as this doesn't break this neckline. Because if it does break it, then it's a distribution. So it's nasty. We don't want to break this level of wave 4. So it is at the moment a positive, and this trend line on the weekly is pretty much making it easy for us when to go for it. Continuing on after the phone call. So this trend line is interesting enough. This RSI, this one here, that was a trend line, and it did break to the upside. So that was a good move on the weekly. So if we look at that up close, great breakout, good trade. So we can see from a Wyckoff perspective, that was accumulation. Great accumulation, fills in the need. So that was a missed opportunity, but that was some time back. back back in September. Okay, and what I've done is aligned my Fibonacci to this structure of reaccumulation or etc. or distribution. Not sure yet, and we can see clear levels on this. So from a macro perspective, um, we could continue on, and if it goes, I think it's going to come down, retest this bottom, and I don't know how much percentage the drop is. That's one level of accumulation. So this could be pretty good. So we can have two formations like that, and then a breakout. And again, this will be a strong resistance. So if this was to break out to the upside, however it is, this trend line is the one that really is a good sign. We might see some affiliation with the RSI. So this is one scenario that you should consider. However, we also see this potential to come down as well. So it's a channel or a descending wedge, and we could easily come down and then test this level here. So we got previous support to that level there. And that's not outside the reaccumulation Wyckoff structure. So it's a good opportunity to potentially short this. We can go to a bit later. But right now, we'll just cover the big picture. This is a good area for another buy, and obviously this could come down and scoop the bottom, and it's within our rights with a reaccumulation, with the Wyckoff reaccumulation structure, that this is a good opportunity to buy the bottom. This is, I think, the COVID incident where it really capitulated, and you can see how ugly we had. This was, I think, when the law case came in, and the SEC, and so that was a great buy. Whenever you see a big capitulation, it's usually a good buy. But unfortunately, if you haven't sold, you might be missing out. So for the hodlers, they're not really trading well. I'm mostly in cash, so I'm looking to buy. I've got so many coins to select from. Not sure which ones I'll do. I'll reassess at the time. But XRP, you know what? It's not looking bad. Now we could have this line as well as resistance, but it looks like, okay, what can this look like? This could look like, that level might make sense, or in parallel that. So that level is of interest. When we look at from a profile perspective with volume, if you do that, that's the point of control. So if we were to, I'm not going to use the tools for that, I'm just doing quickly. So that level also makes sense, that this level is a level of interest right there, from 20 cents round number. That makes sense as well. We'll come to that, but that is a big drop from the current level of 40%. And so, yep, maybe even comes down further. But that is a big opportunity to short, as well as a good opportunity to buy long. This is, if we were to count this as a descending wedge, we can say that is our A, that is our B, C, D. We're looking for E. So it is fitting the model significantly. We could still have that there. There's no reason why not. But I am looking further down. It makes sense to me that this level of a lot of demand, we've seen big spikes coming to a level of demand, up again, level of demand. And that comes down to a reaccumulation structure with the Wyckoff. And I'll just give you a picture of that. Just give me a sec. So here's a Wyckoff reaccumulation structure. And you can see roughly that this fits into the model in some way. Maybe it's this one here. This is one of four of many possibilities, but this is the what I'm talking about, the reaccumulation and the continuation to the upside. So the next round could be very bullish. There's a number of macro formations that can take place So if we were to just look at that, you can see that it's really continuing on. Um, let's just pause this for a sec. And there we go. So now what we can do is enable a few things. Let's see how we go. So from a big picture perspective, it does make sense that we can continue on to the upside, if you get what I mean, like that. This does look like a continuation macro structure. Obviously, the bottom will be perfect, whatever that is. But you can see the justification that while we're looking at it in a big picture, continuing on. Okay, so wave 3 to 4, it's taken from 2017 all the way till 223, and this could be a big move to the upside, and either we get a double top or we get to something like 1. So don't miss out on that opportunity. Looking from a Bitcoin, and you can see the RSI as well, how that's working out. Here we've seen previous level, and what we're seeing is it just kept coming down. So that was a level, and it just kept coming down to a level of support. So it wouldn't surprise me that we do this as well in a similar fashion, not just capitulation. So that's one of many possibilities. When we look at against Bitcoin, um, it's you can see how it's been holding on in a range. At times, it's worth having Bitcoin. At times, it's worth having Ripple. Um, so I put this line there. So if this was to find support or whatever the case may be, that trend line will make sense. It's been doing it for a while now. So keep an eye on that from the gains perspective, and the alts probably start moving against Bitcoin. Now let's look at it very close up on the 4 hour. And just flick that on. Okay, so we're getting a nice rejection, and you can see it's not looking that great. I would use, so that was our level there, and we've got a number of levels. Obviously, this is a significant level, and realistically, this looks like downward pressure. However, you never know. There might be an opportunity to break this, but there looks like there's a bit of a fake out there. That's a bit of a fake out, and very hard to trade. It's pretty much in the same realm as Bitcoin and the likes of. Let's look at the RSI. Sorry. Anything else? This one here. Let's see what that's giving us. That's not going to help us at this point. Let's look at that 12-hour. Let's see what the 12-hour does. 12-hour doesn't look great. It's actually negative here. So this is in a negative area. So it's unlikely to be moving up quick. Is there bullish divergence? Probably not. No, there is bearish divergence. These are the black dots of bullish divergence. No, nothing yet. So we have a range pretty much, and if it breaks above that, maybe halfway. Let's just do half. Give us a sec. So yes, so we're on the upper quadrant. This is unlikely to go higher. So if I look at that, I'm looking at this level as a strong resistance right now, the 618 level. Let's make that bigger so you can see what's going on. Yeah, it's just getting rejected each time. It's an ugly shape, not an easy entry. That was our best entry there. If this starts moving up in a different fashion, if it start going like that, it might just drop. If it goes a quick move, it's going to be a shorting opportunity somewhere here. So, but if this was to drop, then I can see this has some momentum. It's we're looking for something significant move. The way it's doing, it's not really the best. So I'm looking for somewhere below that. It could probably be that, and then up. But this level here on 618 makes sense for a good entry. But we need to keep our eye on the other charts at the end of the day, like that Dixie, see what's happening, and look at my yesterday's video for that. But we're in a range. We might, if it comes below this range, this is a good area to buy. If it comes down to this level, it's an area of support, a lot of support. So this is a good entry, and we might just keep going sideways until the market figures itself out. But that's what I got, guys. If that helps you, gives you some thoughts on how to approach this market, please give me a like and share with friends, subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Cheers.